Hi everybody, welcome back to my art journal channel. Today I'm working on a spread where I'm using distress oxides on the background, and I'm starting off with a gessoed page, and I'm just using picked raspberry to start off with. So I've just kind of put it on the glass mat, sprayed some water, then I'm just using a piece of acetate and pressing that onto the place where I've put the distress oxides, and then printing with it onto the page. The reason I'm doing it like that is just because I think it creates an interesting texture look on the page, and really I was just having a play and just seeing how it would react. So once that was dry, I then repeated the process using a distress oxide called Wild Honey. It's a really beautiful, rich, yellowy orange colour. It's really pretty. Again, you'll notice in this project I'm using my three favourite colours. So that's a pink, a yellowy orange and a turquoisey blue colour. So this blue is, I think it's called Broken China. And you can see it's creating some beautiful colours where it's mixing with the pink and the yellowy orange. So that was the start of my background. Then I'm just splashing some water on there and leaving it for a few minutes. And then I'm just blotting the water off, and what it does is it lifts some of the pigment out, so it creates another texture on the page. Then I'm using one of the Tim Holtz blending brushes, and I'm using the same colour, the picked raspberry, through this lined circles, which is a Dina Wakley stencil. I'm just brushing it through onto the background. These brushes are great to use, especially with these distress oxides. You can just, once you finish using it, just clean it off on some kitchen roll, and then you can use it on any other colour. So they are a really good way to get some nice blending using the oh my gosh, I can't speak, distress oxides. So I'm then doing the same thing using the Wild Honey and this Marks stencil. So I'm just building up, there you go, you can see I'm just cleaning it onto the kitchen roll there. And then I'm just building up the pattern on the background, but you notice that I'm using the same three colours. I didn't want it to become too busy, so it's just kind of adding to the colour that's already there. So then I'm using this magazine image that I've cut out, and before I put that down I decided that I wanted to add some text onto the page. So I'm using the Done Is Better stencil and some black paint, which you might be thinking, eek, here she goes again with her black paint, but it's going to get worse, hold on tight. There's going to be more black in a minute. So I'm just sticking this in place, just using an ordinary glue stick. Now then, hold on tight. So this is where I add some more black onto the page. So this is where I'm going to be writing my words. And it's something that I like to do a lot, is to create a background, and then sometimes it's nice to just create a place where you can journal, or you can add your quote or your words. It gives more impact to the focal point as well, I think. So I don't think this is black gesso, I think it's just black paint. And I'm just adding this sort of cone shape here. So then these are some die cuts from Art by Marlene, and I'm just kind of, I don't know, making it a little bit more crazy, adding some facial features onto this lady, poor thing. Sometimes you just need a bit of crazy. And then some pink cheeks, because why not? Bigger eyelashes. I'm just accentuating those eyes there. Then I'm just using the white gel pen and I'm just doing a couple of lines either side of the black, which I guess is kind of like a speech bubble. And then this stamp, I'm really not sure. I have a feeling it might be Carabel Studios, but I'm really not certain where it's from. I've had it quite a long time. I'm just using some white ink and I'm just adding a little bit of stamping along the bottom, just to kind of add a bit more interest on the black area. And then I'm just using a number stamp and some black archival ink and adding in some more stamping on the background. Then I'm just using the gel pen and I'm just going over the stamping just to exaggerate it a bit more, and doing a little bit of mark making, just doing some dots around there too. So these are some letters that I've stamped out from the Dina Wakley Alpha Block set. I just stamped them onto some Collage Collective. I think it was something that I saw Neve Bally do, and I just thought, what a fantastic idea. So I can't take credit for this, it's not my idea, but it's a great way to use some of the Collage Collective because you've got a colour background for your letters, and it means you've got a little stash of letters that you can search through if you want to add some words onto your pages. So it's a great thing to do. You will find that obviously you need to stamp more vowels than anything else. Got an interesting collection of X's and Z's and Y's that I'll probably never use, but it doesn't matter. So once I've stuck my words on and added my handwriting too, I'm then just adding some fun dots onto her top. And some doodling around the edge of the page that just kind of echoes the stamping that was added into the black area. I don't think I intentionally did this border like this to echo the stamping, but I kind of looking at it now, it does, doesn't it? So I don't know, kind of must have done that subconsciously. I think sometimes it's nice to put a border on the page just because it finishes it off nicely, but I don't always add one. It kind of just depends how I feel. And then I just outlined those again using a white gel pen. I think I must have been watching something on the telly because I keep pausing, so it must have been something very interesting. And then some white splatters, and there it is. There's the finished page. So I hope you've enjoyed watching how I use Distress Oxides for my background. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.